So, very important. First thing you should all know is this word. Note. You know what that word means?
Oh yeah, note. Yeah, okay.
Do you have no idea what that means?
No, it's like a piece of paper where you write something like your ideas and like, okay, I don't know.
Well, yes, you're right, but in music, this has a different meaning.
Oh yes, it's like the notes is like what, like a word from the instrument thingy. I forgot.
One sound.
Oh yeah.
That's it. Can
Oh.
you play me a note?
I don't know. It's like I don't know.
Just do
I know
it.
the basics.
It doesn't matter. Just do it. You can do it.
Okay, I know how to do this on my own.
There you go. See, you did it. There you go. That's 3 notes. That's 4 notes. How easy is that? Okay. Well, you got that down, right?
Yeah.
That's easy.
Wait, what?
Okay, so we're not really going to focus on notes too much. It's just important to know this word because of this word. This word is going to be more of the focus, okay? And chord. You know what this means? You know what this means? 3 and 1. That's right. I do this every week with them. Alright, so 3 or more notes played together. Alright, so we're gonna do a kind of popular song. You may have heard of this one, but this song only has 3 chords in it. Alright, and I think I've gone over this with some people before. It's a little triangle of chords. The D, C, G triangle. Alright? So that's our chord. So our first chord is D. So we're going to start there. That's our top string. Alright, so go ahead, hit that top string. No, that's the bottom. Yeah. But just hit it, yeah. Alright. That's the next one. So that's our E string. A string. That's our next string. That's our D string. Good. This is the G string, the B string, and then the E string. Let me do a little E because it's little. Okay. So those are our strings. And this here, this is the nut. What's this thing? Holding the
Yes, like
strings. Alright. So then here, that's our first fret. Our second fret, our third fret, and here is our 4th fret. So that's how we're going to read these charts. That's easy, right? You got all that?
yeah.
I went through it quick. Okay, so here. Hello, here's a hand.
Yay.
So this is just going to show you the numbers here are going to be what fingers you're going to put here, okay?
Yeah.
Alright, the X means don't play. And the circle means play open. And by open, we just mean play the string without pushing it down. Okay? So our first chord in this song is D major. This is our first chord. Alright, now I know some of you guys are pretty familiar with this. So, let's do it. No, you should just play the chord. You don't have to write it down again. Here. So look, so that's what this is showing you here. It's showing you this chord. So you don't have to write this stuff down. Just play this. Yeah, I want you guys like in playing mode. D. We're just playing D. All right. So we got that. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be our next chord. This is going to be our C major. Okay, so that's our next chord. So remember, we're going line by line and string by string. The number is your fingers. Right? This is our open. This is open. And this is don't play. So that top string we're not playing. Okay? That's easy. Now I'll fix your fingers up. Now here's our last chord. And this is usually everyone's favorite chord to play because you get to use your pinky. Alright, so. Okay. And this is our G major.
Same here?
No, I'm gonna put them down for you. Don't worry about it. And that's G major. This is gonna be your new favorite chord because of how much fun you're gonna have using your pinky. So this finger you don't want in the way. So don't have it touch the strings because it's just gonna get in your way. You have the winder, right? Just use the winder. Yeah. It's faster. Alright, so look, I'm going to do this real quick because there's a thing about this. I'm going to show you guys. Oh, I did it again. Okay. I know, that's cool, right? The other way is like... Okay, so there's like a little bit of controversy over this way that the G chord is held, right? Like you hold it that way. You're holding it my way. I think a lot of you guys hold it my way because I showed you how to play it. All right, but and you have to get that. You have to use your middle finger, not your first finger. Yeah, that one goes where your index finger is. No, not the middle finger. It goes where the index finger, the pointer finger. There you go. You got it. You too.
Yay.
Yeah, come on. Don't give up.
Oh.
Yeah, don't let go. Okay, so there's 3 different ways to hold this G chord, and I hold it 2 ways. The third way I don't do, which is your way. Sorry. But here's the old-fashioned way of how this chord was held. So here, I'd like to clear this up once and for all with you guys. Because I've had people go, they go online and go, yeah, I got G, I learned G, I can do this. And I go, good, awesome, now do this. You can't do it. It's because you're holding it differently. So it's like, so this is the way they used to show people. It was like this. So you put your second finger up here, your first finger here, and then your third finger would go down to the high E string, and then these are still open. Okay? So while this may be easier to do at first, especially for a beginner, right?
Yeah.
This is probably the worst way to play G. Simply because it doesn't allow you to mess around with this chord as much. Okay? So that's one thing you're going to run into is that holding it this way, you have your chord, and that's fine, and you can still use it, but you run into problems. You can't mess around with the chord as much, and switching from one chord to another becomes more of a hassle. And as I've explained before, being concise is very important in playing. So this is going to not reduce hand motion, it's going to increase it. Alright, and here is the way I normally play it, which is the way it's written over there. Alright, 4, 5, 6, okay. Okay, now, and then this is the way I normally hold it, like this. Boom, boom, okay. And then this is G, this is, let's say, easy. Okay, and then this is normal. Normal. Yeah, I'll put it in quotes for you. Normal. So, and I like this way for a variety of reasons. One, I got my suspended chord here by adding my first finger. You got that suspended G chord. So I'll put that phantom 1 in over here so you can see it like 1 right here. So that would be our suspended chord if we were to use that. Another thing is, you can just, if you want, you can do a suspended, or I'm sorry, you could do the G7 right away. You go from G and get that G7. I'll put that in purple. Alright, so here's our 7. Okay, so that'd be 7th chord. Right? And then this is our suspended chord. Alright, so we're 2 for 2 now, right? We got, and then that.
That one is the 7 minor?
The purple is the 7, the green is the suspended.
You just drop on the pinky on the 7, right? You drop the
Right, you get rid of the 4,
You get rid of the 4.
and then you use that there. So you are letting that go. So this goes bye-bye when we go and do that 7th chord. Bye-bye. Right. So we can play around with this thing, you know?
Yes.
And if you want, you can even play this open. Alright, I mean you could do that with this one. Alright? So that's not that much. But even if you did that, you got like this 6th chord here. But you can still do that with this one. That's not an issue. But another thing is, let's say you get rid of this and you slide this finger up to here. Okay. Okay, found the ground. Okay. So, now this is a different type of 7th chord. So this is a major 7th chord. Alright? And listen to it. Doesn't it sound nice? Isn't that a nice sound? So now the whole thing about the difference between a 7th chord and the major 7th is in guitar playing. I'm not really exactly sure how this started, but when they talk about 7th chords, they mean a major chord. It's a major chord with the minor 7th. Kind of peculiar, right? So you get that kind of sound, right? It has like that funky sound to it, that jazzy sound. And that's that major chord with the minor 7th. But in the rest of the music world, piano, any other instrument, when you play a major chord with the major, and you play a 7th chord, it's always understood to be the major 7th. On guitar, we specifically say major 7th when we play a major 7th chord. All right, so. But normally, when someone says a 7th chord and they're talking about guitar, they mean a major chord with the minor 7th in it. Does that make sense? So it's a little strange situation we have in the guitar playing world, but it is what it is. So But those major sevenths, doesn't that sound nice?
Yeah, it does.
Right? It's such a cool sounding chord. So that's our major seventh, right? So that's like us playing this, right? We let that pinky go. And we just bring that thing over to that second fret instead of the first fret. That sounds pretty nice. Now, this is all great, right? So you see all the reasons why I like using this chord over this thing. Alright, but it itself does have some limitations, so there is another way to hold G that I do on occasion. And for this song, I would say we could probably get away with that. And I'll show you, I'll give you a bonus C chord as well. So here's this new way to play G. Alright, this is like, I guess like country guys do this a lot. This is like a way country guys learn how to play this chord. And so when you hear, well, as soon as you play it, you're going to hear a little bit of a difference. And I'm going to explain what's happening. But what we do is we go 2, 1, 3, and 4. And then these are over. And that is our new G. Now you hit the difference? Like, that one has more of a shimmer to it. Now for you, it's probably a little easier to get to this one, right?
Yeah.
You just gotta add that one. Yeah, you gotta add that pinky there. So you don't escape the pinky with this G. But it does sound nice. And it was funny because I actually didn't know this G chord when I was learning how to play. And I was learning a song, and as I was playing it, in this song, they took the G chord and just kind of played melodies with it. But as I'm playing along with the song, I realized, I was like, why doesn't that sound right? Something sounds wrong. And for a long time, I didn't know what it was. And then one day, someone was playing G like this, and I was like, what are you doing? Like, I'm playing G, man. I just don't like where they knew how to do it. So I said, well, show me what you're doing. So they showed me. And then I was like, okay, well, I could start practicing that too. So I practiced that, and then one day I was goofing around with that song, and I realized the guy who wrote the song was playing G like that. I said, no wonder. So this came to me as like I can write a different melody using this chord versus that way of holding it, right? Although there's a lot of stuff we can do with this chord, right? Obviously we got at least 4 different options here. This one has the 2, and that one is, that's all it is. I mean, you can let go of those and still get that 6th chord, right? But so that one doesn't matter so much, that 6, because that can be done with either one. But now here with this, now we have something a little interesting going on here. Because now we have a way to transition from G to C to D without doing a lot of hand movement. Okay, so I'm going to give you the bonus C. And this is a really nice sounding C. So make sure you're holding this G. Let's grab this G. I'm going to show you. So we got this G. Now take these 2 fingers and just bring them down 1 string each. So you just switch to G. From G to C. So I'll write this down too. So this is our bonus. Now this C has a special name to it. This is a 9 chord. Okay? So what we're doing is we're just adding the 9th note of the C scale into the chord. And it becomes a C, and they call it add the 9. Alright? So we have G, we have the easy G, the normal G, that's the same, and then we have that new G. And with this new G we can make a very simple change to this C chord. If you notice though, if you look carefully, see this finger right here, right, doesn't have to change when you go to D. So if we were to go from G, C to D, that finger just stays there. That would be the last one, D.
C, A.
That's add, like the word add 9. Like adding the 9th note of the scale. So we have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Right? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? And then we just go up to D again, and that's our 9th. And that's what we're adding into the chord here, is that note. Alright? Because this is our C major scale. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in. I threw that really, really fast at you. But basically these are our 8 notes of the C major scale. Alright? As you can continue on, because C, D, D is our 9. And then we're just adding that in there. So it has a nice sound to it. It definitely has an agreeable sound with D, and well, obviously it's because we got the D note in there. So it works really good with D, and it works with G as well. So. So add 9. So we're playing a C major chord. We're just adding that 9th note to the chord. And I love that. I love the way it sounds.
It sounds cool.
Yeah.
You showed me that. That's one of Kiefer Sutherland's songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right, so now we have an easy way to play our D, C, G chord progression. All right, you can stick to this way if you want, or you can do it that new fancy way if you want. Either way is welcome. If you're still getting familiar with the chords, I would say stick with one. Get comfortable playing the rhythm. All right, but this is all the chords you need to know how to play Sweet Home Alabama. Alright, and I'm going to erase this because I don't think we need this anymore. So if you want to play Sweet Home Alabama, you only need to know these 3 chords. Now, so Sweet Home Alabama. And they are, when they're playing that intro, they're actually playing the other version of the chords. Right? So they are playing from D to the C to the G in that way. I'll write it down here too. That's our D. Alright, so that one stays the same.
D?
D. Right. So when they're playing that song, they're playing the chords this way. That's how they play that melody in the beginning. That's how they play the chords to this song, is this way. Now, you can do it this way if you really want to. It doesn't sound bad if you do the chords the normal way. Alright, like it'll sound a little bit different than what they're doing, but that's okay. Alright, because you'll still sound like, yeah, I'm still with them, you know, if you're playing along with the song. But it would be a good way to get familiar with the new way to hold these chords. Alright. So, everyone got this? I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to actually show you the licks too. You don't have to play the licks if you're not ready for it. You can just do the chords. So, let's see. So I'm going to explain this to you here. So this line here is your top string. Okay, this is a little bit different than the chart. Good? Then this is the next string. This is the D string. Good? The G string. Good? The B string is here. And right, that's the E string. There you go. Good. Alright, so now the numbers are just going to show you what fret to play with. Right? So, okay, so I'm going to write the chords down here. D, C, and G. Okay, so that's our chord progression throughout the entire song. I'm trying to think if there's a spot where it changes, but I don't think so. Okay, so our intro is we're playing D, right? So imagine holding the D chord. Okay, so you're holding that D chord, and we're going to go. Wait, what am I doing? Make sure I write it down correctly. Yeah. Okay. And that's our beginning. That's the first 4 notes of the song. Right, and we go right to C from here. So this is our D. And we're going to go C. But remember, we're doing that C9 chord, okay? The C add 9. So it's going to go boom, boom. And that's our C part. See what's happening? So the melody's pretty much staying the same. We're just changing the notes, but the rhythm of the melody stays the same. And that's our G part. Although the next part is kind of considered G, but it's a little next. But if you're still learning the chords, just go ahead and play just the D chord, the C chord, and the G chord, okay?
Okay.
All right.
I wish I brought a notebook with me.
A notebook?
Yeah.
You can just take a picture of it.
I don't have a phone.
Oh, all right.
And thanks to that, he doesn't give me a phone.
All right, let me help you with the D chord then. Now, as you're playing this, it's definitely best to hold the chord. Sometimes people tend to not try to hold the chord. I'm guilty of that myself. But it's always best to hold the chord that way.